Have you ever loved something so much that you just want to make it happen every day? Me neither. This is a podcast a day.
For the day, Dr. Way, unfortunately, this is going to be very rushed indeed. Well, I guess not rushed, but short.
It's not like we're going to be... Actually, that's something I've noticed I need to slow down a little bit more. I tried listening to like one of these back, and it's like, I don't feel like I'm speaking that fast. But it does sound that way. And it's like, in my head, when I'm speaking, the words are coming out clearly. But when I hear it back, it's just like it's like I want to get to the next word so quickly that I don't finish. I get to probably like 80% finishing the word prior before I start the next word. I might be doing it right now, and all of a sudden I can't stop thinking about it. That's probably not helping. It's probably making things far worse. But yeah, it's one of those ones where I'm doing this during a half time of a match, Chelsea. Just trying to be efficient because I know afterwards I got to do Chelsea. Well, not do Chelsea. That sounds like I don't know anyone called Chelsea. But the reaction to the Chelsea game, which we're currently 1-0 up in. Raheem Sterling. There is, like, aside from your team just straight up winning a game or winning, like forget like winning a trophy or winning anything like that, but just the small things, right? Winning a game. The only thing better than your team winning a game, for me, off the top of my head, because it's happening right now, is when you back a player who everyone is shitting on, or who's like, I don't know, you just back them, everyone's kind of singing from the same hymn sheet, they're not good enough, and you go out on a limb, you put your neck in a line. There's no repercussions of me doing it, but I mean neck on the line, but makes it sound better. You put your neck on the line, and you go, no, they're good, they should be here, they're a baller, they can provide this. You bring up the stats. I went through ESPN stats, the whole season, last season. I'm looking through games. I'm on SofaScore or whatever it's called, and I'm trying to like prove my point. I've got like spreadsheets up. It's like the Always Sunny meme or whatever. And then today against City, he shows up and he scored twice against City now. And look, it's only his 6th goal in the Premier League this season. I think now that's 6 goals, 3 assists. But I also went in that. I made a big statement. I said, what did I say? I said, I think he has 12 goal involvements so far in all comps. I said, by the end, he'll have at least 20, which isn't like a bold statement. That's not like world-class performance or anything. But we're over halfway through the season, and that would mean he needs another 8. Well, he got me one today at least, and now he needs another 7. So I'm this much closer to be proven right end of the season. Like, I don't profess to have the best ball knowledge or whatever it is, but on the things I do, like decide to back and go in on, I feel like I've got pretty decent success rate. Like when it comes to my general Premier League predictions, I'm always pretty crap. When it comes to me talking about players for rival clubs, I'm probably like blinded a little bit by bias and jaded or whatever by what players have done to me in the past. Not personally, no, I'm not trying to get anyone arrested, but those things come into play when it comes on specific players that I back and I think are good, or like on managers or something, or just something specific. I feel like, and it's just so satisfying because even though no one cares, and I think it was a YouTube short, had like 130 views. Who am I saying I told you so to? Who am I being proven right to? If not more than 100 people, basically, who definitely have already forgotten the short. Random people, So in my head, I see this as a massive win still. But no, I'm not even meant to be talking about football. I just can't help it when it's on the mind. Sorry, but my dog is currently just looking at me, and it's annoying me because my dog does this funny thing where she kind of likes to troll me. It's not really trolling. It's in person. I think trolling's like I don't think you can troll someone in real life. I think that's just called bullying or like abuse. I don't think you call it. I don't think like someone can be abusing you at work and you can go, oh, you're just getting trolled, And by the way, if you say trolled, I don't know if that's a regional thing. I don't know if that's an accent thing. I just think some people think that, like, I don't think it. I think some people think a troll, like a little man living under a bridge. Actually, that's not what a troll is. That might just be a homeless person. No, I mean, but you know what I mean, like a little green thing. That's what I imagine, right? They think that is a troll, and then they think that trolls, in the sense of online, they think that's pronounced troll. Some people just pronounce trolls. But what I'm saying, this is important. But what I'm saying is, some people think troll is its own word for internet scallywags. Now, these people are probably all over the age of 60. But anyway, that's the dog is just walking around, clickety clackety and scratching. I want to get in, I want to get out, feed me this, feed me that. And it's like, there's no pleasing you. I just need like 20 minutes of your spare time. It's like if I let you out, you're gonna be scratching to get back in. You're gonna ruin the flow. And now you're kind of giving me the guys like you want me to let you out, but you're not scratching at least, which I appreciate that. If you can just hold out for a little bit longer, I appreciate that. I know I'm speaking fast right now, but this is more conscious. It's when I do it unconscious. Well, I'm never unconscious doing it. That would be weird. I don't know if I talk in my sleep. I don't think I do. I don't think I've slept walk. I feel like that would have came up at some point if I did, if I do. Um, a part of me is like, I'd like to record myself sleeping. It takes me so long to fall asleep though, and if I had the knowledge that my phone was recording me, it would take me even longer to fall asleep because I'd just be thinking about the fact that I was probably going to die in a minute because it's only going to be able to stay alive for so long before it just dies or records a video that takes up all the storage. So I'd just be thinking about that and just end up basically being in bed for 3 hours just thinking about, oh, I've got to get sleep quickly before the phone dies. And then I'd never end up sleeping. But yeah, I mean, I'm literally signaling to the dog, like, come over here, like, could you maybe not? I feel like some other days, is all I have to do is really just sort of raise my little finger and the dog will come running over. And now I'm like doing everything but scream its name. That's right, I said it. I'm mad. So never mind. But and now I'm getting nothing back in response. I'm trying to like pretend I have treats, but I think the dog. I feel like maybe the animals. I don't. A lot of people have this thing where it's like, animals are so smart. Look at this video of this chimp. It's playing like Connect Four. Oh my god, they're so smart. And it's like I've seen toddler. If I see a toddler play Connect Four, I've seen that. I'm not that impressed. I get it. It's like it's weird because it's an animal and it can do like little human things. But I see humans do that, and I don't call them geniuses, so I get it. So I'm always underplayer of animals' intelligence, and therefore would probably be like the first to die in a Planet of the Apes scenario. They would definitely target me. I don't like those films, probably because of that. But yeah, no, the dog probably has at least a little bit more intelligence than I'm giving it credit for right now. If you scratch that door, we're done. Dune. I keep bringing up Dune. I probably went back to Dune a fair few times recently. It's annoying because I'm definitely going to title this something around Dune, and it's taking me like 8 minutes to actually get there. But they had the premiere for some reason at the London one. It was like all out. They decided London's where we're going to show out. Everyone was on the same page. Now I don't think everyone knew what each other was wearing. We'll get to that later, but they knew that like this was the one we're turning up for, and I don't know why London one is, but it was. Maybe there's the most space at this premiere, so it's usually the one they go is bigger for. I don't know, but they had like sand everywhere, and yeah, people didn't know what each other was wearing, but they knew it was Met Gala vibes because people kind of came out in that vibe. Everyone was sort of dressed to the nines, and one person in particular was dressed for battle. For war. One person was dressed, you could say, was giving. My head right now is literally scrambling. You might have heard the steam there as I was trying to think of whatever the internet memes were, whatever the kids were saying about it. What comparisons they were giving, and I unfortunately do not remember. It's like flashing through my brain what everyone was saying about the outfit, what it looked like. And now, Star Wars. Oh my god, C-3PO. C standing for, I'm in my mother's home, I can't say that. I know, my accent, the country I'm in, you'd think we have that word on the fridge out of the sort of alphabet magnets. But no, not in your mother's home, that's sort of blasphemous, but we know what the C stands for. And yeah, she was wearing Zendaya. I never said that. She could have been like Olivia Colman or something. No, it was Zendaya in sort of this robotic costume, which apparently has some sort of history in terms of people who are into fashion and shit. I don't know, I've never seen it before. But like, I was thinking, oh, this is kind of like what Lil Nas was wearing at like the Met Gala thing once, sort of metal kind of armor type dealio. The craziest thing though, and I've not surprising. Everyone's like, oh my god, she looks like a little robot. Oh my god, it's so crazy. She's serving, right? That's what everyone's saying. Cheeks were on display. No one's mentioned that. Cheeks fully out. well, not they weren't out. They were still encaged in a sort of glass holder holster, but they were out. They were out while they were on show. Well, not really, but it was a little. It was an added bit of like, oh, Zendaya, I didn't know you. I didn't think that sort of choice would be on your radar. I don't know. Maybe it's just, don't know. It's sort of, I don't know. Probably because these people, these certain people who came from Disney, I always just assume they're always going to keep it very safe or whatever. Um, so I was like, oh, I'm not familiar with your game. Not that I'm a huge fashion person. I'm not even going to profess to. I wear the same jumper every day. But when I was talking about people clearly didn't get the memo, like people, so people knew to like show up because everyone was wearing something. It seemed like everyone sort of stepped up to a certain like level, so they knew that, but they didn't know what each other was wearing. Well, that's what people believe because Timothy Chalamet was quite literally wearing a black T-shirt from ASOS. I don't know where it was from. It had like a cool collar, and he had like fucking shiny trousers, pants, that sort of matched up and stuff. But for all intents and purposes, I've seen people dressed like that in church. I haven't. I haven't been to church probably in like I don't remember. It's probably 15 years. But I was just trying to think of a place like where people would wear that, and I can't. But I've seen, it was like shiny trousers, but he was literally wearing like a black t-shirt from River Island, and then Zaya was next to him, dressed like, she was part of the rebellion or something. So that was crazy. And I look forward to the film. I'm excited for it. The reviews look amazing. And there's certain films that I'm not like, oh, I just hope it's good. I hope they really, they really live up to it. Like some people, like maybe you could feel that way about Infinity War or Endgame or like certain films or whatever. You're like, oh, I just really hope it's good because like there's so much, or like No Way Home. There's like so much leading up to it or whatever, and like I just really want it to be good. For me, there was like no world in which this came out and people had any sort of negative to say about it. Like the characters felt kind of stilted, or like it was a really great world. Maybe it took on more than it could chew, or like had too many storylines, or like something like that. Like I had zero doubt in my mind people were going to be calling it a masterpiece, and like that was never like a doubt. Like from the moment they announced they're doing a second one, surely we all knew, oh, it's gonna be good. I don't know what they're gonna do. Never read the books, but you just know. Sometimes you just know, and everyone's saying like, whoa, it's his Empire Strikes Back. It's his, and it's like it's hard to say because I was never alive when Empire Strikes Back came out. I've never even really seen it now, still even. But like to me, it's yes, his Empire Strikes Back in the sense that he's going to make a trilogy, and this is his second film. This is his Dark Knight Rises. This is his magnum opus out of the three probably. But what I mean is that it just seems like so much better than like Empire Strikes Back. Like what it represents is like, yeah, that's his Empire Strikes Back. But like at the same time, it just feels like it's just like seems like a way better film. And I know that's just coming from like you're living in it right now, and you think anything you see right now is the best, and it's like it looks amazing. Empire Strikes Back would have looked amazing at the time. Like, did that come out in like the 70s or some shit? I mean, this is someone like what 50 years later looking back at that film who never saw it, going, those look like miniatures, and it's pretty obvious. It's like so obvious that you're gonna say that, but I don't know. I just think it looks cool. And what I really look for as well is like I get it. It's gonna look grand. It's gonna look like huge scope. It's gonna look like spectacular. And Hans Zimmer's doing his thing and this and that. And oh, the worms. I want to see reviews about it. Just not look. I don't never look for them if I see them on the timeline. I want to see reviews that are singling out like this actor blew us away, or this actor was really good, and these actors. Like I feel like when the reviews are talking about actors' performances, and I know I really like it because like it can look good in that, but at the same time, if it's like 3 hours long, I also need like the characters to be charactering. You know what I mean? Oh, the second half is started. I gotta love you and leave you. Don't know what number this is. 300 and something. I was about to say you know the rules, like I'm some sort of like I'm a little beaver of myself. But then I stopped. But then I told you anyway. 3, 4, 5. I think this is. So you're in 3, 4, 6.